Hello everyone, welcome back all StarCraft lovers. And finally, finals, Shine versus Flash. Well, it was pretty predictable, it's not actually live again. I was busy, so couldn't watch, so we will watch it now and I will stream it for history. It will go on YouTube as well. And we have one great advantage, we can skip ads as well. Привет всем любителям Старкрафта, настоящего Старкрафта, Брудвора, а не какой-то дичи. Well, Flash has huge experience, of course. We already know who won, but still, even in the beginning, it was pretty obvious. If Bisu versus Shine was not so obvious, still more chances for Bisu, but Shine won. Then versus Flash, it's pretty predictable that Flash will win. He's very stable player and champion of previous ASL as well, so but Shine really showed some great games in the series in this season. His professional work as observer really helped him a lot. And playing, well, he was a pro player as well and a trainer, but still. And let's not forget about Terran. Terran must be sorry for playing Terran. Bio trash, imbalanced trash. Even if StarCraft Brood War is the most balanced game in the war, but let's be honest. Okay, Terran is imba, what to say. Anyway, let's enjoy this great and favorite game. Well, at least for me, of all time, StarCraft Brood War. Volume is pretty low, I think. Витсок, мне фидбэк какой-нибудь. О, Grandma of Shine is there. Supporting Shine. Внучка, бабушка саппортит. Дед что-то не пришел сегодня. Кто у нас кастит? Артозис. Надеюсь, не будет того. Hopefully, yeah, Артозис. And hopefully tasteless, not that other shitty guy. Well, a lot of people actually.
You can't even count how many people are here. We would have to resurrect Albert Einstein to figure out how many people have shown up today to watch Flash vs. Shine. And they are still filing in.
Really, like Artosis and Tasteless, in comparison to that other guy, they are super great. Well, they are not, but okay. At least they are professional casters, and that other guy is absolute trash. Never mind.
If you had told us that Shine was facing off against some
By the way, I saw there were like 4,000 and lately, closer to the end, it was more than 10,000 people on Twitch watching it online, which is pretty impressive. If you're an old school player of StarCraft Brood War, you must know, like, 19 years passed and still going strong, feels great. StarCraft forever.
Alright guys, we're going to be going into this match in just a little bit. Tell your friends to join us at the ASL.
Flash is a very traditional player, while Shine is not, so it must be very interesting. Maybe even some cheesy moves, who knows. Нарезочка моментов. Найсу. Лол. Это был конкретный сейчас. Спойлер алерт. What the fuck? Спойлер алерт. It's from previous ASL, probably. Yep. Flash was the champion of ASL already. Yeah, Shine with his grandma. I need some feedback on volume, guys. Что-то здесь совсем другая громкость. Where is versus? Shine Flash. What Shine Flash? Evolution complete. Evolution complete. Nice. Okay, I will just make it on the max. Really feels like it's a low on volume.
All right, we are bringing Shine out first. He is the GSL Code S observer, and he's had a very unusual path that he's taken to get here now.
Indeed, he has.
His story
has
unlike any other that we've seen.
very unusual path and very interesting story. Which I already told on the previous streams. He was like secretly playing StarCraft, actually. When he was younger. A pro observer, which became pro player. But of course, I guess more people are supporting Flash still.
And now we bring out the favorite, Flash, the greatest gamer of all time.
I don't think so, actually. I
Without a
prefer
doubt,
Boxer over him, but
basically
still,
undisputed the greatest
I don't like any
war
Terran,
player ever.
because
Oh,
Terran
yes.
are such Terrans are such Terrans.
Undisputed greatest
But yeah,
gamer of all
I
time
think
as well.
Boxer is
There
one of
is
the
no way to dispute
smartest
such a thing. This man
Brood
is
War
an
players
unstoppable
anyway.
menace within
I
StarCraft.
have
He was a monster of
respect for him,
StarCraft 2 as
for his
well.
smart
but
moves,
just so
interaction,
storied.
micro,
and here
macro
he is
skills.
defending
I
his
still
championship title.
think
The
he's
very
greater
next
than
season.
Now
Flash.
don't forget, Shine has taken out so many
Flash is
players
very
in insane
traditional.
upsets. His style is very different.
course, he's a great
He tends to
player,
end the
but-
game at a very specific time. So this is going to be a lot of fun to see how this series comes out. We're going to go to this interview now and see what these players are thinking.
Like you can compare
So Shine, it's a miracle that you made it
Boxer
to the final stage.
to kinda Null Ra for Protoss, while Flash is more like Biso
You
stock.
managed to take out Bisu,
Of course, it's
as
not
well as many other players to get here.
a correct analog, but still. I hope you know what I mean.
You mentioned that you have very specific builds you've saved to use
Pandora
against
box of
Flash,
builds
builds
for
that there's no
Shine,
way he
let's
should be
see.
prepared for.
But yeah, probably they will not help against Flash.
You're also the father of 2 children.
Flash is super stable and solid player, like with huge experience.
And now you're up against Flash. How do you feel?
굉장히 많은 분들이 와주셔가지고 떨리는데 오늘은 긴말하지 않고 게임으로 보여드릴게요.
Yeah, volume
I'm
is
very
really low.
excited at the moment. It's an honor to be in front of so many people here tonight.
오늘은 사랑하는
And I'll stay focused in these games.
친지들 거기에 할머니까지 모시고 무대에서 경기 펼치는데
So your families come down here today.
항상 최고의
Your grandmother, your sons as well.
Even Sun today.
Everyone knows
Even Sun is there.
that Flash is always
이영환 선수 그런 게 없었죠.
You know, he's had some of the best plays. He's been on the best teams. He's always in a good spot.
이영환 선수 이길 수 있을까라는 그 의구심을 가지고 있는데
Many people doubt that you'll be able to defeat him here tonight.
우승 확률 개인적으로 어떻게 보십니까?
And how do you predict the results will be?
이번 결승전 같은 경우는 도와주는 사람들이 많았기 때문에 준비가 잘 돼 있고 앞서 말씀드린
Well, after I made it to the finals, I got a lot of help from many different players. So
지금 딱히
I've just stayed focused. I prepared hard.
이영호 선수와 게이머로서 겨뤄보고 싶다는 생각밖에 안 들어요.
all I'm thinking right now is I'm a pro gamer. I want to have a match against someone like Flash. We're going to find out who's better soon.
현존하는 최고의 선수 누적 상금 이영환 선수의 22배.
Flash.
이영환 선수가 번 상금이 이영호 선수 우승한
The
번보다
total
안 돼요.
prize pool
이 선수가 오늘
is 22 times anything that Shine has made.
That's just prize pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's not like in shitty Dota, but still
And you
feels
said you
good that
wanted to make history
StarCraft
again. To get
is
two
alive,
consecutive
really
wins, in this
alive.
case in the
It feels
ASL.
great.
예.
How do you feel?
제가 연봉도 많이 받고 뭐 상금도 많이
As we'll
받지만
always say, StarCraft forever, and indeed,
I know everybody knows I've got a pretty big salary, a lot of earnings.
the greatest competitive RTS,
But I
along
can
with Total
confidently
Annihilation,
say
but unfortunately Total Annihilation never
I
made
put a
like
lot of effort to get to that spot, a
it
lot of
into
hard work.
competitive on a bigger scale.
10년간 준비해온 그 빌드가 있다고 했어요. 이영호 선수를 잡기 위해서 오로지 이영호 선수만
It's cyber gaming.
In Shine's interview, he said he had builds that have been developed over the past 10 years that he could use. He's engineered them to defeat you. What is your take on that?
빌드가 되게 여러 가지 많으신 것 같아요. 근데 항상 인터뷰에서도 그랬지만 저는 늘
I'm aware that
제
Shine has various builds he
실력을
might try to
믿고
pull off
게임하기
against me.
때문에 무서워하지 않고
But
게임에 임하겠습니다.
I always believe in myself. I'm confident. I'm just going to play my game and do my best.
무서워하지 않고 게임을 하겠고 내가 최고에 서 있는 이유는 내가 열심히 하기 때문에 이야기를 했거든요. 오늘 이 자리에서 이영호 선수에게 한 말씀 해주신다면요.
Any words you want to say to Flash before we start?
22배의 상금이잖아요. 이제는 내려오실 때가 된 것 같고 제가 밑으로 내려다 드리겠습니다.
I know he's made 22 times more in prize winnings than me,
이 정도 우승했으면
but I think tonight is going to be a different night, and he's going to go down.
이영호 선수 이런
Low.
얘기 했거든요. 여기서 이영호 선수의 답을 듣고 싶습니다.
What do you have to say to Shine about his comments?
저는 늘 우승에 목말라 있기
I don't think it's my time to go down tonight.
아직 몇 년은
I'm
더
still
해야
hungry for
되기
another
때문에
victory.
오늘도 우승하도록 하겠습니다.
I need another champion trophy. I want another champion trophy, and I'm going to get it tonight.
오늘 오전 사수한테 몇 대면 예고하실 거예요.
예, 저는 3대2 예상하고 왔고요. 정말 오늘 끈질기게
he also asked his predictions.
이기도록 하겠습니다.
I say 3-0. Yeah, wow.
준비된 빌드로
It's
이영호
heating up
And
already.
that's true, indeed.
3대 0도 자기
Now we know.
Shine, are you confident going up against Flash? He just
They're
said he was
both, of
yo-yo.
course, they in the same time confident and
I'm
nervous.
not really thinking about results here. I know it's going to be hard for me,
3대0으로 이길 것 같아요.
but I trust myself, and I think I can win. In fact, I think I can win 3-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strong statement.
어떤 시나리오가 펼쳐질지 여러분의 뜨거운 박수와 함성으로
Castle Park says both players have predicted 3-0 in their favor. So let's get this going. Artosis, our players will now shake hands, move to their respective soundproof booths, and we're going to get this ASL Finals going.
Oh man, this is so epic.
All right, guys, get ready. This is going to be a best of 5. Shine versus Flash, a David versus Goliath match. It's going to be a real treat. Tell your friends to tune in here at the ASL Finals.
Even Twitch staff watching. Well, no wonder. And of course Afreeca as well. Staff was watching.
택시다. 10년간의
Korean commentators are great.
사실 4강밖에 되지 않는 그런 선수였었는데 이제 야외 무대라는 되게 근사한 무대에서 제 경기를 많은 사람들 앞에 보여줄 수 있다는 사실이
It's a
너무
miracle
기쁘고
that
감사합니다.
shines in finals overall. Really feels great.
이번 시즌 그래도 쉽지 않게 올라왔거든요. 계속 열심히 하다 보니까 이렇게 또 연속으로 왔는데 양대 결승은 3연속으로 간 적이 있거든요. 그때 느낌도 많이 받고 있고 좋은 성과가 있어서 너무 기뻐요.
선수들이 아직도 많은 팬들의 환호를 받으며 무대 위에서 경기를 한다는 사실이 너무 부러웠었어요. 가장으로서 이제 가정을 책임져야 하는 입장이기 때문에 무대라는 선수라는 이런 단어들과 멀어질 수밖에 없었고 두 번 다시 이제 꿈이란 걸 꾸지 못할 거라고 생각했었는데 8강에서 윤찬희 선수와 4강 김태균 선수 전을 맞이하며 그동안 간절했던 마음을 경기로 풀어낸 것 같아요.
이번 시즌 컨셉이 또 복수로 잡힌 만큼 민철이 형한테 또 복수해줄 게 있고 복수를 다 성공해서 너무 기쁘고요. 제가 당했던 거를 그대로 갚아준 것 같아서 제가 이영환 선수한테는 뭐 복수할 건 없지만 인터뷰도 굉장히 자신 있다는 식으로 하시고 해서 저 또한 많이 벼르고 있고요. 누가 더 잘하는지 겨뤄보고 싶네요, 빨리.
이영호 선수를 이기기 위해서 그때 강한 필살기를 준비했었는데 오전 3선수에서 3경기를 이기고
Special builds,
상황에서도
special
불구하고 위축이
strategies.
돼서 네 번째 경기를
box
연습
of
때 하지 않은
builds.
빌드를 사용했었거든요. 상대 선수를 대하는 제 배짱이 많이 부족했던 것 같아요.
되게 기발한 전략이 한번 당했어요. 이번에 나온 건데 공격적이면서 잘하는 선수라고 생각을 해요. 반대로 약점은 운영이 약하고 또 자기가 원하는 대로 게임이 안 됐을 시 굉장히 당황을 많이 해요. 스타일에서는 제가 우위에 있다고 생각이 되는데 저는 위축이 잘 안 되거든요. 얼마나 또 이영환 선수가 잘 준비할 수 있고 뭐 이거에 따라 달라지겠지만 제가 확실히 우위에 있는 건 맞다고 생각해요.
충분히 최고의 자리인데 불구하고 상대가 누구든 완벽을 추구하며 준비를 하기 때문에 그게 강점이라고 생각하고 저는 그와 동시에 그 부분이 약점이라고 생각해요. 완벽을 추구하기 때문에 뭔가 자기가 생각하지 못한 틈이 생겼을 때 무너질 거라고 생각을 하고 있거든요. 3대1 정도가 제가 이길 수 있는 시나리오지 않을까.
저는 개인적으로 이번에 3대1 예상합니다.
저 같은
3-1,
경우는
but then he said
도전자의 입장이
3-0.
좋아요. 저 선수는 이길 수가 없지 라고 생각했는데 아니 저런 플레이를 저런 경기를 한단 말이야 하면서 많은 사람들을 감동시킬 수 있다는 게 이영호 선수 같은 경우는 절대 질 것 같지 않은 선수잖아요. 근데 항상 이기던 선수가 이기면은 재미가 없더라고요.
최강자를 싫어하는 사람들이 또 있기 마련이거든요. 당연하다고 생각하고 또 저는 제 팬분들을 위해서 게임하는 거고 오히려 그런 관심이 또 스타에 도움이 되니까 좋게 생각하는 편이에요.
Yeah, StarCraft Broadwar
이번에
community.
되게 힘든 일을 겪었어요.
Was great and
아이들과
still
따로
great.
지내게 됐는데 이 힘든 상황에서도 두 아들의 아빠로서 아이들의 자부심이 되어주고 싶었어요.
제 1회 전성이 2010년도거든요. 그때의 모습을 팬분들한테 보여주고 싶어 했거든요. 제가 계속 시즌2가 이제 돌아온 저의 모습을 알렸다면 시즌3 같은 경우는 2연속 우승을 해서 그걸 탄탄하게 다지고 개인적으로 3연속 우승을 해서 제 2의 전성기를 또 열고 싶거든요.
이 무대에 할머니를 모셔올 수 있다는 게 너무 행복하고 할머니가 조금이라도 건강할 때 손주의 경기를 보러 찾아올 때 꼭 우승 트로피를 들어 올려서 할머니에게 선물을 해주고 싶다는 생각이 너무 강하게 들어요. 아직까지도 저를 응원해주시는 많은 팬분들이 있으시더라고요. 정말 감사하기도 하고 뿌듯하기도 하고 또 그렇기 때문에 어느 정도 책임감을 느끼고 있어요. 재밌는 경기를 보여드릴 테니 앞으로도 많이 사랑해주시고 응원해주셨으면 좋겠어요.
지금 BCA 와서도 이렇게 정말 팬층이 탄탄하게 항상 응원해 주셔서 어디 가서 무시 안 받고 사랑받으면서 이렇게
Yeah,
게임하는
responsibility
건데
to
항상
fans,
감사하게
kinda.
생각을 하고 보여드릴 수 있는 거는 경기밖에 없어요.
Heavyweight.
어떻게 우승하는지
Gonna carry that
해봐주세요.
weight.
We are moments away from getting this match started. Now, if you haven't been following the ASL from the beginning, we have to point out the play style that Shine has.
Yeah, he is unbelievably creative. This guy brings out strategies no one has thought of or seen in many, many, many years. And he has been able to just take down everybody in his path with this style.
He gets these timing attacks a lot of times before his opponent can really get all the pieces of the puzzle assembled.
Yeah.
He tends to make for short games. He abuses drops a lot. He does a lot of strats where if you haven't experienced it or expected it, you might lose no matter who you are.
Exactly.
And what's crazy about that is to get to a finals by playing like that. That's not normally how you see somebody
Indeed, it's not stable,
become a
it's not
champion,
solid
but
place.
he's managed to get this far. He's beaten players like Bisu, for instance,
go
in
into
the round before
finals
this.
with
I
that,
think it is possible he could be beating
impressive.
Flash here tonight.
You basically never see anything like this get this far, and Shine has always been considered a more aggressive player, one that doesn't play as many macro games and everything, because
Shine
StarCraft
shows
1 is
one
such
of the
a
most
game
beautiful
of mechanics.
games in
It
the
takes someone
past
like
years,
Flash
maybe even
to have
like
this
last
long string of
modern
domination
10
because
years
he's
of
so
World War.
good at making his units, at making them move around, but Shine is playing around that. He doesn't care how many units you have. All he
That kind of
cares is that you
proxy
fall for his
hatch
tricks.
was
That's
needed
right.
to
This is
them
really a match of the orthodox versus the
in
unorthodox.
this season.
And the question
Very
is,
beautiful and, great
can that
games
actually, the
by Shine.
unorthodox playstyle, actually work against Flash? Because the problem with going up
But
against
they
Flash is he
probably
tends to
against
almost
Flash
never
it
lose
will
to
not
cheese.
work.
That's
the
true.
problem
And
is
which is
just too
remarkable
rock
for a
solid.
Terran player, by the way.
Terrans
Yeah.
being Terrans
To
and
be
Flash.
fair, in the round of 4, he played against Sulky in 1-3-2, but it
He's
was
really,
pretty close.
like,
And Sulky brought out
perfectionist.
some kind of aggressive plays
I
and
am
things
one
that
myself,
Flash
so I
probably
know
hadn't
what I'm
seen.
talking about.
And Flash had a little bit of a hard time, but
will
his
be
star
hard to find
sense
the holes
was just unreal, man. Like, he
in his
knew
performances.
what Sulky was going to be up to. He got himself into a couple bad spots and just fought his way right out of it. Now, will he be able to do that tonight against Shine
He's
on
in
this
great
main
shape
stage? All
as well.
signs point towards, yes, he's Flash.
We have to keep in mind as well, the odds of Flash doing anything too cheesy are pretty low,
Yeah.
especially considering he knows that Shine, he might, for instance, 4-pool in a game. He might, I don't know, he might do something as crazy as one-hatch lurker. I don't know.
Yeah.
This guy is really willing to pull out everything, and the builds that Shine is using span the last 19 years of StarCraft. It's not like he's doing the modern styles.
Oh,
he's
no.
picking some builds that are 10 or 11 years old, then he'll pick out some weird cheese that people figured out on a certain map, but it was phased out of the meta very quickly, maybe in the course of a few weeks.
Certainly.
But he's making it work, and the unpredictability of Shine, and it's not just that you know he might rush you or do some kind of drop, it's that you don't know what that strategy is going to be until it starts to happen. And if you can't scout it, and by the way, Shine's been very good at denying scouts while he's doing these strats, it can be tricky.
Yeah, and he's kind of like preying on people who are trying to play a normal game. If you're
Right.
trying to play a normal macro game, he knows every step of your plan. That's kind of the way it is when you're playing to the meta, as all of his opponents have been doing. Now, will Flash take that into consideration is the next big question.
it's funny
Because
to
there
see
are
your own
different
messages
openers,
in
different
chat.
strategies that Flash can do that might throw a big wrench in the works of Shine. Like,
It
for
was a
instance, you were
little,
talking about,
like,
hey, who
little
knows, maybe he'll
interval
go like
when I jumped
one
in.
hatch lurker or
It's
something. Who knows?
here.
He might do something that crazy. But a lot of these strategies
And
he'll have
then,
mapped
when
out
the-
to kill the very basic normal strategies Terran would end up doing. But what if Flash turns this on its head? What if he does things like some mech openings, right? Are Shine's builds going to translate well against Flash playing just slightly unorthodox?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, you can still do an alternative unit composition style, and that might automatically end up blocking out certain cheeses. So we're going to have to see what happens. Of course, Flash is the most consistent and solid player. Really kind of building into the way that we understand StarCraft fundamentally is that if you try to cheese too much, you try to be too aggressive, you try to take too many risks, you're never going to be as consistent of a player as somebody who tries to play a solid mechanical macro game.
Yeah.
But Shine is challenging that concept here tonight.
He is, and it's something I really never thought I would ever see is Shine in a finals of a major league.
Look, we never thought Shine was going to be in the ASL.
Oh, no, certainly not.
Shine is the GSL Code S observer, by the way.
Yeah.
If you guys have been following GSL over the last 7 years that it's been going on, through chunks of that, especially in the recent years, he's been the guy who's been speccing the game for you while we're casting it. So this is also pretty strange for us. And I also wonder, does observing RTS games professionally in some ways help you as a professional gamer when you come back?
Well, I
course
think
it
that
helps.
anytime that you
Of
have
course it
someone that
helps.
kind of steps outside of the normal pro gamer role and has to look at the game in different ways,
Right.
that is going to expand your understanding, your knowledge about the game. There's no question. To look at the same problem from different angles is a good way to learn things. And certainly this has helped Shine in some regard, or he would not be here right now.
Yeah, I mean, sitting there
That's
in
right.
every
That's what I
GSL,
think
and he was also
actually.
the observer for a lot
It's
of
one
the
of the
ASL
reasons
games
why
he wasn't
he's
playing
here.
in. and watching every strategy that everybody's doing, and in some ways learning, in some ways showing the
Not a
commentators,
minor one,
whether
but
it's the
still.
Korean commentators or you and me, here's what you need to look
Important
for
factor.
while the game's going on. Showing you guys at home, here's what you want to watch out for. This is the important part inside this big map where this
Bag
big
of
battle's
builds,
going on. This is what you need to
box of
see.
builds. Let's
I
see.
think that's done something for him. He seems to come here with these
What
new
Shine
tools, these new
prepared.
weapons, and it's thrown off a lot of the pro gamers. Basically everyone that stood in his way. And there's only one more remaining, that's Flash.
And this is the one guy that doesn't get thrown off. This is why he is the greatest gamer ever. He has won so many championships. Everyone in StarCraft has thrown everything they have at him, and more often than not, he comes out on top.
That's right. He consistently
Jokes
manages
about
to
cocaine
defeat
and drugs.
whoever gets in
in
his
chat.
way. If I had to predict, I think this match can only go one of two ways. Either a very close series
Yeah.
that goes to Game 5,
Flash
and
concentrating.
that could be either Shine or Flash winning, or Flash shuts Shine down, and this may be the shortest ASL finals on record.
I do agree with you on this tasteless completely. Like either Flash is going to have his number completely, or it'll be a long, hard match. And it's kind of interesting to hear Shine say that he thinks he can 3-0, because I actually believe that he thinks that. And the thing is, he might be right. We've been underestimating him literally in every single match thus far. He said the ways he prepares for these
Yeah,
matches
80%
is to
win
go
rate.
5-0. He prepares a victory for every
Impressive.
single map. He's not just grinding out practice games. He is coming in fully loaded for every map, knowing exactly what he's going to do.
The only other thing I think I can fairly predict is that Shine will make no attempt to go into a standard late game ZBT. Even in Flash's interviews, he said he thinks Shine's a very smart player. He's very crafty, but also that he doesn't have the macro that some of these other top players, like for instance, let's say, take Jadon.
Yeah.
Shine does not have that kind of macro. So in some funny ways, Shine is, instead of trying to strengthen all of his weaknesses to try to overcome them and become a better, more well-rounded player, Shine's essentially played around his weaknesses.
That is true.
And that's usually not how we expect somebody to become an RTS champion, but I mean, history changes all the time, and it might change here tonight.
If it does, it is going to be something to talk about, Tasteless. It's going to be crazy.
All right, guys, we are going into game number 1. Shine versus Flash in the ASL Finals.
Yeah, why such voice?
In the bottom right, in the blue, our Zerk player, the underdog Shine.
A lot of fans turning out today for him as well, though.
In the upper right, in the purple, the greatest gamer of all time.
Flash is pretty
Flash.
nervous.
I tell you what, guys, I wish you could see what I see right now. This is a gigantic outdoor theater.
Yeah,
and
we've actually
it
already
is
filled it up.
Unbelievably
back.
packed.
Yeah.
It is so crazy how many people. There are people standing everywhere, people sitting on steps. I mean, every plastic chair filled. People are hype as can be for this match.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about it is we've done several finals down here at this venue because this is a pretty popular venue to host an esports finals. They also have concerts here, but I have never actually seen it this full before.
No,
And we're only starting game number 1 here, so people are still filing in.
It hasn't, like, I'm getting chills thinking about this and talking about this, Tasteless, but, like, it hasn't been like this since we first moved out here. Like, back at Brood Wars peak is when we got audiences like this. But this is legitimately so many more people than we've had at the previous ASLs. Like, this is, like, Brood War is back and here to stay.
Yeah, this is just such
Yep.
a massive audience.
That's great.
So that's very exciting. And of course, guys online, tell your friends, get on whatever it is, Skype, Discord. Tell them to join us.
Just
here.
spread the
Because
word.
StarCraft Remastered is coming out. And
Fuck this remaster.
never too late to
World
start
War.
StarCraft 1.
Oh no.
We got players like
He's alive,
Last,
and it's forever.
super young compared to some of these veterans here,
Yeah.
and he's still regarded as easily one of the best Terrans, and he started late. It's never too late.
The game is coming back
Never
big
too
time. And I
late.
tell you what, if you tell someone Flash is playing in his second consecutive ASL finals, they'll tune in. If they don't want to tune in, then you guys got to teach them about what that really means.
So going into this game here, we have Flash for the barracks over here at the ramp. Now, Shine hasn't done anything out of the ordinary yet, which is fine. That doesn't mean he's necessarily going to deviate from how he played earlier. A lot of the stuff he was doing against both Protoss and Terran was when his second or third base became operational.
Okay, yeah, and taking a look at this, right, Flash, this is pretty safe. He's just making Marines out of one barracks. Very vanilla, right? He'll go into a command center pretty soon here. Shine is playing slightly more aggressively. Yeah, he's getting his hatchery, but if you want to play a macro game in ZBT, which, you know, just generally speaking, you're going to open up with 3 hatcheries. But
Nice
this
drawing.
is 2 hatcheries and a fast gas. So Flash scouting this now. We'll have to see what exactly Shine wants to do. Is he going to rush up to layer?
I think there's a high chance that he will rush up to a layer. There it is now, the layer coming.
That is a very, very fast
Now,
layer.
that can mean generally one of two things, either a Mutalist tech
Yep.
or a Lurker tech.
That's right.
But there's a lot of different things you can do with those 2 techs that can be aggressive. Again, we are assuming at this point in time that Shine is going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary, probably something a little bit aggressive, something to try to slit the throat of Flash at a very specific point in time in the game before Flash can assemble all of his tech or muster that army up that he needs to push out.
Now he is really hunting down this SCV right now, trying to kill it off. Another SCV sent out so that he can scout a bit more if this one dies. By the way, going back in time a little bit, during Shine's pro gaming career, his standard play against Terran was always 2 hatch Mutalist. So that if he does go for that, that is a Shine standard.
Okay, this is actually pretty huge.
My God.
He managed to spot the second SCV that was being sent to try to come in here and gather intel. He needs to try to deny this SCV because stopping it from seeing anything is huge. He
that
stops
was
it.
important
There is
part,
nothing
point.
that Flash has seen that's going to let
Destroy
him
the
know what
second
exactly is
SCV.
going on, and that goings-on is going to be a Mutatech for now.
Okay, so a 2 hatchery Muta play. This is something that Shine was very well known for. He has quite good Mutalist micro. We can't
So
say the
Flash,
best in the world, but
doesn't know
he
what
kind of made
Shine
his
is
living
doing.
off of it. So definitely it will be a bit scary. Now, will Flash go into a big 5 barracks play?
Yeah, that's one of the big questions we have seen him do this here before. Now, it should be noted with the 2-hatch Mutalist play. Oh, hold up. There's another SCV coming in over here. I don't know if he has Lings down here to spot.
Dude, that drone, by the way, what's that drone doing up in the top left? He's sneaking the weirdest space on the whole map.
Whoa, that's so weird.
Oh
Okay.
my God, this
Now,
is crazy.
I have to say that's a pretty big blow for Shine that this got scouted with an SCV, unless he intended to let an SCV in later on. I don't know if that would ever be a
Yeah, I think
thing
it was
here.
just a sneaky move here by Flash, but at least he sees that there's a Spire on the way.
But
Yep,
the real
that's
story here,
hatchery
Joseph, is
in, like,
what you were pointing
sneaky
out.
spot.
That upper left base,
But
Yes,
if Flash will
with the
find
hatch.
it,
That
then
is
That's-
literally, as a
it will
Terran
give
player,
him
that is going to be
huge
the last
advantage.
place you would scout on the
he'll be
entire
probably
map.
GG.
Because A, if it gets scouted, it's a free kill, and B, it doesn't have a gas.
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't have gas, so I don't know what exactly he's trying to do here. By the way, a lot of Lings were lost back there, and I don't know if Shine's going to have the necessary defense. You know, sometimes these Zerg defenses are engineered to be almost paper thin.
Yeah.
But you can barely hold off whatever the Terran's doing. It looks like Flash going back, doing a conservative play, wondering if maybe there'd be a big lane counterattack here. But I don't understand what that hidden hatch is for.
Well, here's what it is, Faceless. He's going to be able to make a lot more Zerglings off of it, more Sunkens and all that, and it's just something you won't scout. Like this, there's too many bases on the map. Flash doesn't have time to scout everything.
yeah, nobody
and that
ever
is-
expands here.
That is the most, look where he's scanning, right? He's looking for extra bases, but that is the most worthless base on the map.
Yeah,
so
when you
Shine,
harass
this is
with
just like
Mutas as well.
a smart play out of him for that reason.
The equity of that expansion he's taken in the upper left is very low. And Zergs generally check the mains and other
Mutas don't
gas-based
give
expansions to try to
possibility
spot
to
that.
too far away
Now,
from the
he's got to be
base.
careful here because although I doubt Flash has any idea there's going to be a base there, he needs to try to draw the Marines away from that upper left location.
Certainly. And the thing is, if Flash wants to know about up there, he'll probably just scan. You know, or maybe send an SCV all the way to the top left, but certainly that mineral base, like nothing you send will even pad there. You have to specifically send something there. So like, again, this base is so sneaky just based off the fact Shine shouldn't be taking it. Like here he is, he's even hiding his Hydralisk den there. So that's making it kind of sneaky as well. And don't forget that any lurkers he makes out of this hatchery and sends over are going to be things that
Well, he's gone there, but
coming in from an angle that Shine doesn't expect.
Now Flash is edging out here. He's scanning other bases. He sees there's nothing up. There it is. It worked. It worked. He scanned the upper left main and the natural there. And obviously he's not going to scan for the minerals only. One thing to note, guys, if you're not that familiar with Brood Wars, Zerg need 3 gases generally to function later on.
Yeah.
And even the fact that Shine is keeping his mutas over there, it's actually almost like, it would seem like it's not a good idea because it might draw the Marines over there, but that really makes Flash think that there's no base there. So
he scanned the other 2 bases. Like, Flash has no idea. He won't look over there again. This is crazy, and now he's starting to pick off quite a few Marines.
Oh, that was pretty big there by Shine. He's cleaned that up. Now, keep in mind, Terran, if he scans in the Zerg's main and natural, he's not going to see a Hydralisk den. So the lurkers spilling in some ways, this base in the upper left is purely to get the units out of.
Yeah.
But you can get a few extra minerals while you're there. So he does that anyway. So this, I think, might actually work.
He has no idea that there are Hydras near his base right now that are going to turn into lurkers. This is just an angle that Flash can't expect. Look at Flash's army movement right now. He's checking all the bases close to Shine. He already scanned the top 2 left bases and the 9 o'clock. Like, literally, I'm getting chills. He's scouting every base but the mineral base.
And Flash, at this point, probably just assumes that Shine is not playing that well.
Yeah.
That he's just expanding a little bit late, and so Flash is going to stay back here for a little while. But these lurkers, the fact that the majority of the Marines are out, oh man, this might completely trick Flash. I mean, we've been
finally he's going there. Looks
following
like
Brood War for 19 years, guys, and this is one of the most unusual strategies we've ever seen.
He already like
oh wait, hold on.
understood what's going on.
He's figured it out. He's found it.
Oh man, that is a lot of Marines have to deal with right now. These drones have to run out of here. That's going to be 5 drones instantly killed, but double drop overlords getting ready. A bunker in place. Somehow, some way, Flash reading into this.
Well, I think Flash saw that there was no expansion at the gas, and he thought, well, there must just be some big attack incoming.
Yeah, he's preparing for everything very, very well. This is
Oh
a
my
huge
God.
deal. Oh
Okay, he read
God.
it. He read it.
This is not good news for Shine right now. No way he's going to be able to really get those up there. Look at this, siege tanks, bunkers everywhere, and Shine right now sitting on 2 hatcheries.
And the problem now for Shine is that because he did this sneaky strategy, he has in some ways zoned himself out of a healthy late game. So he's going to try to come in here with this attack anyways. But a lot of this attack was based off of your opponent just not being ready for this coming.
He will just scan.
The lurkers, and he's going to be able to push these Marines back for now, but double siege tank with bunker. You're not getting anywhere with these lurkers.
Yep, he scans now. He can take out these 2 lurkers, and the attack has basically been shut down.
Wow, just an awesome hold here by Flash, somehow reading into what was going on, eliminating the base, the Hydralisk den, all the lurkers, and now Shine is in such a bad spot.
With 2 bases, with
Shine just cannot win any sort of straight-up engagement.
Yeah, and now he's getting his muta count thinned out here. And really, the Zerg rely heavily on mutas in this phase of the game. To kind of keep control of the matchup, and having mutas taken out from there, I believe this should be a straightforward push from Flash southbound into the Zerg's main. Yeah. And I think we might have to go into game number 2.
There's at least 3 siege tanks in a science vessel here with that much +1 bio. You are not going to be able to stop this. He's going to roll right through these 3 sunken colonies. And I don't even know if Shine has a lurker at this point.
Well, yeah, he lost the Hydralisk den that was hidden in that base. He needs to split that. He does get that one out. But I don't know if there are enough sunken colonies here.
Split so fast, but it will not help
hold on
anyway.
against all these siege tanks.
Yeah.
Here comes Flash, sieging up right now,
You
trying
can't
to claim his
kill
first victory of the evening.
Not enough.
Now, you got to realize here that Flash probably knows he could stim and just run in, but he's playing a very safe game.
Like
we do have Shine trying to do a lurker drop there. I don't believe that got that many SCVs. But back here, there's an army that there's just no way Shine can stop. GG!
That was a really interesting game. Shine
Yeah, it was
taking the
cool game
sneakiest
and
base that you could ever even think of.
nice
But
move by
Flash,
Shine, but
that was
unfortunately,
the last place he
again,
scattered, right?
Flash
You
is
saw
still
that.
like
He
experienced and
scanned 3
stable.
bases or
He's
4
checking
bases. He was sending
every
his
map.
planes around the map, and eventually he did
And
figure out
again,
what was
Chern is
going
being
on
Chern.
just
This
before Shine could
Scans,
do
I
anything with those
always
lurkers.
thought it.
And the moment that
It's
he
super
figured out
good.
what was going on, Flash
Not like
completely
it's super imbalanced, but
reassembled
yeah, it's
the
too
configuration of his
fucking good.
army. He
You
was
can
ready
scan
for that
anything
drop
on the
of
map.
lurkers to come in, which would have been very unexpected since he didn't see, you
I
don't see
won't even
Overlord speed, right?
say anything
Because
about
you normally
vultures,
can't
which
ferry
is
Overlords
really
in if you don't have another base
unbalanced
somewhere.
unit,
But
the
he
fastest.
identified it. He was
Huge damage
completely
with
set up,
mines
shut that
for
down,
such
countered with a
silly,
push, and that means Flash
stupidly
is
low price.
1-0 right now against Shine in this ASL Finals.
Yeah, that's a
Just
big win, that first
mad.
victory on Circuit Breaker.
Mad
That is the
world.
map they'll play twice
Mad
if they go
Blizzard
to
never
5
fixed it.
games.
That's right.
So to have already picked up a victory there, that's probably Shine's best strategy for the map. You'd use that first, of course.
Yeah.
And that just makes it that much more of a hill for Shine to
Will
climb.
there be
By the
ads
way, that strategy
of
was.
finals?
that
Will
was
be without
such-
ads.
You
Would be
don't
nice.
see that, especially in a Brood War Finals.
No,
Basically
certainly not.
ever.
Well, there's so many
It's-
risks involved with
Yeah.
it, and we saw exactly why it almost worked out. But Flash's star sense is really second to none.
Yeah, I mean, he is on point with reading what's going on so far. And if Flash can keep that up, he will win this series. But Shine is showing us that in an ASL Finals against the most accomplished pro gamer of all time, he is willing to do the most insane strats. So I'm looking forward to game number 2, and we'll be getting to that after this short break.
Nope. Looks like ads are there. Okay, we have advantage to skip it. And we will do it. But still like 1 minute break, something like that. Yep. We'll be back soon. And okay, we're back.
And we are back here at the ASL Finals. So far, Flash with a 1-0 against Shine. Shine showing that he is completely fine sticking with that style that got him this far.
Yeah, and Flash showing he's completely fine with sticking with that style that's gotten him this far, which is never dying to anything ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Circuit Breaker is really the standard map in the pool, right? I think
that's
we
the
can all
most
agree upon
vanilla
that.
of the maps that we have here at the ASL.
It's the most easy to predict everything on, like everything's shaped well. You can, I mean, it's a
Well,
map.
yeah,
made
Andromeda
for
is not
Flash,
like
okay?
that.
It's a map that, exactly, that rewards a macro player, but we do have some other crazy maps coming up here.
Camelot, I believe, is our next map, and while it's very small and actually Terran favored,
Camelot is
because
next
it
one.
is so small, it doesn't have a ramp going to your main base and stuff. There are some cheesy things Zerg can pull out there.
There's a lot of abusive stuff Zerg can try on a map like that. So
And then
we're going to be going into
Andromeda.
that game
Third one will
shortly
be
here, but
Andromeda.
I have to say, I think if Flash wins this next game, it's going to be very tough for Shine to come back. And I mean, can you really cheese Flash 3 times in a row and it works?
Well, okay, I totally see your point here, but let's not forget the map order, okay? Andromeda and Outsider are maps 3 and 4. Those are both actually Zerg favored. Those
That
are
is
both
true.
maps where Shine,
Outsider
no matter what,
has been very tricky for anybody to figure out how to play against a Zerg on.
And no matter what, Shine will have 3 bases on both those maps for free. Flash won't be able to stop that. So those are maps absolutely Shine can win on.
Let's see what Shine's got in store in Game 2. And in case you guys are not familiar with Shine the player and you're wondering why are we talking about the kind of cheese he might do so much, he's basically done the nuttiest cheese every single game in the ASL, and it's been working. He took out Bisu, which I thought was unimaginable. I thought the one player you couldn't cheese out in a best of 5, the ZVP is Bisu, and he did it. In a commanding fashion at that.
He's been knocking nerds over left and right, man. He's got so many strategies. They call him the bag of builds.
Yeah, that's what we've been calling him bag of builds. The Koreans are as well, where you don't know what build he's going to do. He's very interested in hard countering your style, the approach that you take when you come in there. The kid does his homework.
Yeah, and he is going to know exactly how Flash is going to want to play. Will Flash stick to that, though? You know, we talk so much about Shine mixing up. What if Flash wants to do something like a cheesy bunker rush? What if Flash wants to do something like open up with mech? These are real possibilities that could themselves throw wrenches into the meta plays of Shine.
Flash also mentioned in his interview, he said Shine's a player who definitely gets flustered if the game doesn't go the way he expected. And of course, that's very common if you have a certain build that you practiced for weeks and you know the exact timings and you know it's a matter of if I get in there at the right time in the right place and he's caught off guard, I win. And the fact that Flash shut down that build, which is, by the way, one of the most out there builds you could do in a ZVT, especially for a finals when everything's on the line.
Oh, man. Well, that shows that he is based. He does not give a crap.
No,
He'll do whatever it takes to win.
All right, guys, we are ready for game number 2. Shine versus Flash in the ASL Finals.
Final.
Голы-хфы.
All right, in the upper left, in the white, it is Shine. In the bottom right, in the brown, Flash. Now, one thing to note about this map is unlike our previous map, this is a map that only has 2 spawns, so obviously right when you start, you know where your opponent is. There are, just like in StarCraft 2, if you're in a map where you automatically know your
Well, it's a
opponent's
dual
starting
map,
location,
of course.
there are certain strats you can do that would be otherwise unadvisable to try on a 4-player
128
map. Now, I don't know if we're going to have
96.
anything like that here. One thing that's funny about Shine is he doesn't do any of these cookie cutter cheeses, these cookie cutter rushes that we're used to seeing, occasionally pulled out in a best of 5. He's got something really out there, really weird, sometimes anachronistic, something that's not supposed to work, but everybody stopped doing it like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And he'll pull it out. And he's done it a lot of times when he's on 2 to 3 bases. So it's usually a very weird timing.
Well, I tell you, if it gets much beyond those 2-3 bases, that's where Flash's mechanics are going to become unrivaled, where he is making the absolute maximum amount of units anyone on Earth can make. And then what you do is Shine. At that point, you just have to rely on Defilers. There's not that many options for Zerg.
That's right.
Not against Flash, at least.
You know, one of the themes with Shine is he's basically trying to win before Defilers become a necessity. So with Defilers,
They're shining.
Excellent.
that is
Great
awesome.
one.
Actually, I saw that sign out there in the audience, and I couldn't quite see what it was. But that is a great cheerfulness.
Well, it was really great.
So the basic premise from the Zerg side and the ZDT is that they have to have Defilers to take on a Terran. The Defiler has Dark Swarm, a spell that makes this cloud that any ranged attacks into the cloud, for instance from Marines, don't do damage. Siege Tank Splash can do damage, but a Lurker burrowed in that won't take damage. So normally we see the very best Zergs in the world. They're very good with Defilers. They know when to get to the Defiler. They don't get it too soon. They don't get it too late. But what Shine is basically doing is playing to end the game before Defilers are necessary, which is very intriguing, especially considering that StarCraft 1 is so old, and in a lot of ways we would say so figured out that Shine is bending the rules of Brood War here again.
Yeah, and like it's a nice thing to see a player occasionally mix in, but the fact that if Shine makes a Defiler, that's a surprising thing. That's something that we're not really used to in ZBT, but we'll see what he has planned so far this game. This is looking much more standard, right? This is quite the opposite of what we saw in the previous game where he got the fast gas. He's going for this 3 hatchery play before that gas. And to Flash right now scouting this just looks like a macro build.
Yeah, but you know the thing about Shine is that's kind of what he wants it to look like. It always looks like, at least for the time that the SCV could be in your base, that he's doing something normal. And even though all the players early on in the tournament were joking that Shine is kind of
by
cheesy,
that time
he likes to rush.
it was
so
like
they were expecting a rush. They were still
9 or
losing
10
to it.
thousands of people watching.
So we got to wait and see. Now, there may be the
Watching the
smallest chance that Shine actually
just
does go
on
into a
Twitch.
normal game, but that would be not following the pattern that got him this far.
No, and someone like Flash,
A
my
lot of
God,
people.
how many
Packed over
is
here.
Very nice.
just crazy.
You know, it's funny from that camera shot, since we're on the stage, I can actually see behind that top seat and see there are people even standing back there.
There's
so.
people like in the forest right now watching.
All right. Now, one thing to note, and this was a pretty cheeky move here, actually, by Flash. He actually just pushed forward with his few Marines. Usually the Terran turns around.
Yeah.
And Flash basically
This is a sneaky
he
move.
basically called Shine's bluff.
Wait, what? He's
Oh my
building
God.
Shine
bunker?
actually
bunker.
got greedy. And
Nah, I
what
think
normally
it's-
happens is the Terran goes halfway across, the Zerg
I think
makes
he's
swings,
forcing
and of course the Terran has to
Shine
run
to
back.
build more
Shine said, I know
links.
you play too normal, Flash.
Yep.
And instead what he did, that was great.
Indeed.
Instead
Oh
what
my
he did
God.
was he actually went all the way over there. Then he made a bunker, didn't finish it, ran out. That caused Shine to panic. Shine pulled drones and links, got
Baited.
down there, saw the bunker was not going to finish. The SCV and Marines were already evacuated. And this gives a little bit of a tempo edge here to Flash.
Absolutely. To
It
kill a
gives
drone
him,
costs that much
yeah,
lost
little
mining time.
advantage
And
and
then
tech.
even the drones coming down, it's like
Shine was
forced
forced
a
to
lot of
build
extra
more
Zerglings as
Zerglings.
well. This is really well done by Flash, throwing Shine off a bit.
Also, he killed
So
one
we
drone.
have the layer tech
Better than
starting
nothing,
here.
so.
Now, this still won't most likely be able to prevent anything crazy that Shine may have in store here. But this Ling runaround.
But
I mean,
yeah, now-
Flash
God.
decided that, hey, it worked once, I'll try it again. But these Lings are coming in here now. There's only 2 Marines to defend.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
he's trying to
shitty
make a bunker.
bounce
There
the
are some
CVs.
Sunkens on
Don't
the way. If
forget
those
about
Sunkens
them.
can finish,
60
it'll be
health
good to
points.
hold. Oh, but the Marines getting up on top of it.
Terrans.
Both sides going to be taking a lot of damage here, it looks like.
The Lings are running in. There's no medics for these Marines, but there's so many Marines. He's able to gun down the Sunken colony in time.
Oh my God, he's going to be able to get the second Sunken as well. His Ling's getting on top of some of these Marines here. Will he be able to do damage there to the SCVs, though?
Now, keep in mind, that's the layer up there where the bunker is. Right now, Shine has to take out this attack that's happening. It does seem that these Lings, the momentum slowed down as far as how much damage they can do in the main of Flash. So Flash is playing really well right now.
Okay, Shine has made a ton of links. He's going to go ahead and try to take out this bunker. There's fire bats being made by Flash at the same time. So it looks like the bunker will be cleared, but these links in the main base should be as well.
Now, keep in mind, I think Shine has continued to make
That's
Lings. He may have an
pretty-
opening to do a big
pretty
counterattack. The
aggressive
fire bats
one.
can combat the Lings, but the Lings, of course, are faster.
Yeah, the Ling's running down right now. He's trying to protect against the Lings in his main while going over to this bunker. So Shine getting a little bit of extra damage in those fire bats, so he cannot engage.
In the nick of time, he gets that bunker up with a fire bat and Marines inside. Shine has to back off. Right now, this game is not going the way that Shine intended. I do feel like right now Shine is playing more off instinct than off of what he prepared to do on this map, Camelot.
That's what Flash really forced out of him, right? He did that early Marine pressure, got some damage, threw Shine off, even got that bunker coming up afterwards. Now, Shine luckily has been able to mix it up with Flash a little bit.
Well, Shine is still a smart player. He can
like not going to just be a walkover by Flash, and he does have
make
his
good
Spire
decisions
about to
through game.
finish.
That's right. He's going for that Mutalisk tech again here. The question is it going to be able to do that much damage against Flash?
But
now,
yeah,
the funny thing about this game
as he planned,
is that
for sure.
it didn't look like a normal TVZ to start things off on the end of Flash. Flash actually
Interesting
bluffed a
start.
bunker rush that was later than normal, but realized that maybe Shine was going to keep making drones and be a little bit too greedy. He also did a lot of damage to those sunks and really put pressure on the second base for Shine with his second follow-up attack. However, he also lost a lot of Marines.
Yeah.
And the Marines are necessary to fend off the Mutatech. Now, he's remaking those Marines now, but he doesn't have anywhere near as many as he would against the normal 3-hatch Muta play.
Yeah, like
Put some
strategically,
turrets.
he's going into 5 racks play, so that's good against Mutas. But as you said, he's had a reduced count because of how much scuffling that we had there. And that means that he's not on the map as the Mutas are coming out. And normally you already have your bio in the middle of the map as Mutas come.
That's right.
And you are kind of forcing them to engage you because you're always threatening killing that third base. But instead, right now the map control is slightly in Shine's favor.
That's true. Shine can leverage this situation. Flash, aware of what's happening, is going to try to push out. The Mutas at this point in time will try to see if there's a Marine on the edge of this army that they can pick off, possibly try to bait out some stims since you can milk out all the medic energy. And then when the real fight happens, the Marines aren't really being healed that much. But this is tricky. Flash is very good at this phase of the game. And as you can see there, that was a favorable trade, actually killing one Muta.
Yeah, Shine a little bit off
not
there, my
really.
boys. Flash
I don't think
continues to tech
he
up his
actually
batteries on
killed
the way,
one.
continuing to produce
He just
as many
damaged
Marines and
it.
medics as he possibly can. A bunch of Lings running around right now. What is Shine's actual plan going to be, though? He hasn't made his third hatchery yet.
Oh, he made it just now.
Okay.
Bottom left, that just started a second ago. But I think Flash is going to try to come in and take this out. Now, can this Ling and Muta attack work out?
Yeah, he
Looks like he might
wipe
be able
out
to erase all of these
those
Marines.
Marines.
Can he get the medics as well? Oh, a big move
But
from
still,
Shine.
Marines and
Once again,
medics.
gaining map control, but Flash
So
will not
strong,
be
damn it.
denied. Moving on the map immediately once again.
This is the second time the Marine count has been shut down here. Shine is now switching into the Lurker tech and getting a hive, so I think Artosis, we will have
Such
defilers
tyrants.
in this game.
Yeah, you're very right about that. He should be able to live long enough to make it into that double starport on the way. So we're going to see some SK Terran in action, mass science vessels, along with Bio roaming this map.
Flash now pushing up, not going for the third. It looks like Shine will get his third base at the bottom left and have Lurkers on that ramp, making it pretty much impenetrable to Marines. But Flash is actually, you know, he's taking into account that those Sunken colonies were killed off earlier and saying maybe I can actually just come in there with a neck-breaking move.
Okay, well, the Sunken gets up. More fire bats and Marines coming up.
Yeah,
This is
Sunken's
huge by
in
Flash,
time.
trying to push through. Lurker eggs are going to be hatching very
Still not
shortly
enough, but
here.
Lurkers.
Oh, it looks like
Nice.
one gets out.
Now-
A scan immediately picks it off.
Yeah,
but
but
the
he killed
Mutas
it.
get on top of everything, and Shine wipes the army.
Shine continues to shut down and flush out the army here of Flash at every moment. Flash actually playing a very unorthodox TVZ as far as when he's been engaging from the very start of this game to this
Yeah,
moment
Flash
up
is
now.
playing
And
pretty
I have to
aggressive.
say,
It's strange.
Shine
It's
is
not-
handling it brilliantly.
He
Not
really
traditional-
is, but just now
not
getting his third
traditional
gas,
for
right?
him.
So that's slightly slow for Shine. He's got to get in that Defiler tech, and with the double starports finished, we're going to be able to see Flash get into science vessels and possibly some drop ships to keep that pressure up.
So Flash is powering very hard on two bases right now, and with him doing that, he's going to have a later third. So Shine may try to shut him down there. That was a great engage there by Flash, by the way. But Shine has to hang on, and Flash is so perfect at most of these TVZ engages, especially in late game. Usually the longer the game goes on, the more likely it is that Flash is going to win.
Yeah, look at how many units he has on the map. Even though we've seen him get wiped like 3 times.
It's not only Flash,
still
it's
doing
just a
fine.
game.
He's got a ton of units
Shitty
coming
race.
up here right now. That Nidus is up though. There's a
By a
couple of
trash
lurkers. He needs more than just 2 lurkers.
Humans.
The Marine Army
Terrans,
continuing to push out here. We don't have a science vessel with this army just yet.
And look at this masterful delaying of Shine. He keeps on going in, taking some damage on the mutants, just slowing down these units. Here we go, Flash stimming forward, but looks like Shine has enough to make him pull back for now. This is a very important moment in the game.
You got to be very careful as Terran here. The armies on both ends are quite brittle, but if you overstep and go into lurker spines, you know, attacking in with Medic Marine is very hard, but trying to retreat after you've overextended is even harder.
He's got to keep his bio ball alive. He's got to actually escort these science vessels as well. This is going to be a big point of contention. If he can get a lot of irradiates off,
but yeah,
and continually gain value by picking up
so lurkers are there as
like
well.
Mutalisks, like lurkers, and like defilers, then Flash can end up taking this game despite what tech units Shine gets out. But if he can pick off some of these science vessels, the Marines and medics won't do anything at all.
Now note, he stacked the lurkers like that in the bottom left to make it look like there's
but
one
look,
when there's in fact
he's
3.
burrowing at
So
the
Shine
one
was trying
spot,
to set
so
up a bait here. Flash now
Flash
entering into
can't
drop
irradiate
ships.
all
Shine
of them
basically
in
sealed
one
off his
spot.
second
That's
base
nice.
and sealed off his third. So Flash has to step up his game. He's going to start dropping into the main.
Okay, looks like with both those dropships, there are some Scourge out. If you catch one of these with Scourge, then this game is going very Shine favored. But if Flash can get this drop off and get that damage done, it is a big deal. The Scourge come out, they see those dropships, but Flash hasn't moved in with them yet.
By the way, Artosis, Shine, a player who basically, oh, that's smart.
That is beautiful.
Look at that, a drone on top of the lurker to try to fake him out. He's coming in with it. Scourge, he does take out those 2 dropships. The Dark Swarm goes down, but the lurkers need to get under it first.
I think it
both
was
lurkers
like
shut down. I think he just did it. GG.
That was one of the craziest engagements I've ever seen. Flash
Was
dropping
really cool.
on top of everything and stimming forward, barely killing off the lurkers before they can get under that Dark Swarm. And Shine,
Flash
that was
Micro was
really close defense
brilliant.
for him. He almost held on against that.
That's right. The fact that he dropped where the main army was going to attack anyways is super unusual, and there wasn't the key
2-0.
amount of lurkers to handle. Units dropping behind them,
Andromeda
and an
left.
attack coming in the front, and you can see that was the one place Shine just didn't expect those drop ships to be used.
You never see dropships used like
No,
that.
never.
You're like literally dropping right behind the sunken at the natural. That's normally where all the units are anyways. But Flash catching Shine off guard with a hyper-aggressive engagement and just barely breaking him. Shine was very close, though, to getting himself into a super strong position.
And that means that Flash is up 2-0. This is a best-of-5
StarCraft
finals.
veterans.
So that means Flash only needs one more win, and he is the ASL champion.
Yeah, it is match point for him, but don't forget, Shine right now, he just played a very good game right there. That was like kind of a normal macro-ish style.
Yeah.
And he still did a very good job. The next 2 maps are Zerg favored, Andromeda and Outsider. These maps are really hard for Terran versus Zerg. And if you give that little bit, if you give Shine a cookie, he's going to want an ASL championship.
There are so many abusive strats that Shine can try to pull out. But again, I think beating Flash 3-0 with the style that Shine's brought here is going to be a tall order. But I guess if he takes it one game at a time, maybe he can pull off the impossible.
He certainly could, Tasteless. I can't wait to see. Will Shine be able to bring this
Maybe,
one back?
but we
or is
already know the
Flash's
results.
prediction going to come true?
We're going to go to game number
Unfortunately.
3 after this short break here at the ASL
Just
Finals.
as predicted. Well, I was predicting something like 3-1 actually. Again, we will skip that. Again, advantage. We will use this advantage. Wait, it's actually not yet. Let's see. What the heck is that? Sky Revival Remastered? Yeah, StarCraft Remastered. Oh wow. Original so much better. Holy shit. Original has really fucking better graphics. What the fuck is that? Who will play in this trash? Who is playing StarCraft 2? Holy fuck. Only idiots. Devolution complete. Regress complete. Lol. Not even funny actually, it's very sad. Regress and decadence. All the way. Так, ну где там этот скип, где начало, сейчас найдем. Okay, Andromeda, and it will be last one, unfortunately. 3-0. Yep. That's it.
ASL finals. We're going into game number 3 right now. Flash is up with a 2-0 lead. We are going to have an interview as well here with supporters for each player. Saying hello
Grandmother, опять бабушка Шайна
Who do you support
шла
here?
саппортить.
She says Shine.
Shine, of
This
course.
is his grandmother, yes.
Not Flash, конечно же. Не Флэша же, ё-моё.
You must have waited for this moment for a long time to see him in the final stage here. She says yes. How do you feel to see your grandson in the final stage on here? She says, I'm very happy.
할머님인데요. 또 이영환 선수가 할머니 손에서 컸다는 이야기를 제가 들었어요.
어렸을 때 엄마 아빠가 있어도 만날 할머니를 찾아요.
Grandmother today. No grandfather.
His grandmother actually raised him.
Oh.
Shine.
Good catch there, yeah.
Yep. She raised him.
So what do you think Shine's strengths are?
와서 계실 때 전학을 시키는데 동생들은 가는데
She says his builds are really solid. No, I'm kidding.
그래서 왜
She says when he had transfer schools when he was younger,
갈게요 그래. 우리 집에 결정을 해서 이제 데리고 올라왔어 새남매를. 저가 아빠는 서울에 있고 저가 엄마는 순천에
he
있고.
said he didn't want to transfer and he wanted to stay in school.
아무도 모르게 그냥요 경기를 하고 다녔어요.
Yeah, story of Shine is
He
very
secretly
unique
practiced games
and interesting.
instead of study, and the grandparents didn't know that he was training hard in StarCraft when he was little. And sometimes he'd come home with a prize or a trophy from like a local land. He never really told us that much about it when he was younger.
This is the story of Brood War.
정말
기특해요.
And you know, then he came to me and he said, I made it to the finals for this game I've been playing, and I want you to come watch me play.
네,
So that's why I'm here.
대단한 자리수인 것 같은데요.
So he really,
또 우리
basically she's saying that, you know, he did it all on his own.
동생분이시죠? 네, 우리 오빠의 장점이 있다면 뭐가 있을까요?
And now we have Shine's younger sister.
언제나 자신.
What do you think are
Младшая
his
сестра
strengths?
Шайна.
자신감, 끝내주는 자신감.
I think he always has
오빠가
confidence
평소에 잘 해주나요?
in anything in general.
저 학생일 때 맛있는
Is he a good
것도
brother?
많이 사주고 그래서
Yes.
네, 그래서 이제 저도 성인이 되고 오빠한테 많이 잘해주고 싶었는데 이제 선수 생활도
After I,
그만두고 가정을 이루게 돼서 너무 아쉬웠어요. 네, 지금 이렇게 이 자리에 와 있는 게
So
너무
he used to buy a lot of good food for her
When
when,
they were
he was a
pro
pro gamer
gamers,
and
yeah.
had that
우리
salary.
오빠가 하지만
She says that
경기가
he's been very supportive, and I'm very happy that he's on the final stage, and I wish him well. Yes, but he's behind right now, 0-2.
응원 한 말씀 해볼까요?
I think he needs some more support from the family.
네.
She says good luck.
정말 강력하고 간결한 우리 이영환 선수 동생분의 화이팅이었고 우리 할머님도 응원 한 말씀 하셔야죠. 지금 지고 있어요. 화이팅 해야 돼요.
지고 있어도 너무나
네.
잘한.
We also need to hear some supporting comments from Grandma.
경험 산다 그러고. 그러니까 지가 잘하면 좋겠죠.
Yes, I think even though he's behind,
그래도 이 형은 너무나 잘했기 때문에 지가 한번 해보고.
I think he can pull it together and he can come back.
실력이 느껴져.
네.
영환이 화이팅.
She says good luck. And then she said, I hope you use more of your
Fighter.
drop play. No, I'm kidding. She didn't say that part, but everything else she actually said.
She meant it.
She meant it, yeah.
Classic grandma.
감사합니다. 네, 감사합니다. 자,
It's a
that
son,
was,
I guess. Yep.
It's one of the
Shine's
sons,
sons,
right?
yeah, they're down here now too.
네,
We obviously got here early because we're working at the show, but it was pretty cute. The kids were freaking out because there's photos of their dad everywhere around here. All right, now we're going to go to the supporters
Монг
of
приперся,
Flash.
это саппортер. Они
They're saying
саппорт Флэша, надо полагать.
That is
Flash
Brittany and
supporters,
Mom, two
who?
pro gamers.
That's right.
Very popular streamers as well.
모셨는데 푸드 파이트 하는 것 같아요. 일단 딱 봤을 때. 네.
저는 빼고요.
아, 네, 그렇죠. 아, 연진님은 예.
Yeah, this feels like it's a food fight. We're not Flash supporters.
경기력 어떤 것 같나요?
경기력.
So how do you feel about Flash performance so far?
근데 저한테는 왜 안 물어보시나요? 저도
He said, yeah, you know, it's Flash.
이제 물어볼 거예요.
네네. 저는 8강 리거잖아요. 아, 네네.
네.
진행을
And then he tried to interrupt him and he said, he didn't ask me first.
아니 그러면 모은 선수는 1경기, 2경기 어떻게 보셨나요? 1경기 뭐
We're watching Stargirl lose control of this interview, Artosis.
경기를 너무 그러니까 이게
What do you think about those
Stargirl.
first two sets? He said, yeah, that's just Flash
Stargirl.
for you. He's so solid.
자, 영호의 벽을 느낄 수 있었던 그런 경기였고
He said, I think Shine prepared
마찬가지였던
well,
것 같아요. 영환이 형이 뭔가 이렇게 준비한 건 있었던 것
but it's just
같은데
not good enough against somebody like Flash. He's just too
Yeah.
solid.
Just as I said, Flash is just too stable and solid and experienced. Shine is great player, but still not
He said, I'm proud to
that
stand
great
behind
enough,
Flash.
not such a perfectionist as Flash. And not Charon.
Now I have a question for you.
Don't forget about the shitty race.
제가 예상했을
What do you think the rest of the score is going to be tonight?
아직까지 이영환 선수가 10년 동안 준비했던
Before we started, I thought maybe 3-1,
네, 저도 계속
but it seems like
기다리고
Shine's not able to pull out any of his bag of builds tricks. I'm still waiting to see when it's going to work on him.
그런 생각을 해봅니다.
이번 경기에서 나오지 않을까? 네,
So he's hoping maybe Shine will pull out a cool build in the third set.
형 근데 게임 누가 봐도 못할 것
And
같은데.
she says, what about you, Mom?
은근히 잘 말씀하시네요. 네.
I got a pretty similar opinion, he
영환이
says.
형이 네, 안드로메다에서 이제 키를 잡고 있는 것 같아요.
네.
이제 저한테 했었던 그 전략은 어차피 못할 거고 그 예,
He says, I think
옆집에다가
Shine might have the key on
그런 거
Andromeda.
아니면 영어도 뭐 준비했던 대로 잘 하면
If he's going to win there,
아니 근데
if he's going to win on map 3,
슬슬 경기를
then it might be a tougher
기다리고
series for
분들이
Flash.
많으실 것 같은데
네.
저희가 계속 이렇게 인터뷰해도 되나요?
예, 그럼요.
아,
이게 위에서 허락받은 거기 때문에. 네, 좋아요. 아주 팬분들까지 걱정해준 우리
Says I know a lot of people are waiting for the next series, but can I just keep talking?
이영호 선수를 위해서
Streamers, man.
These two guys are hilarious, by the way.
공략.
All right, any tips you want to give to Flash before we start
Not
out?
more hilarious than you.
Number 3. And he said, tips for Flash? Are you joking? From me?
Flash, cover your ears.
공주님의 공략이 필요해요. 우리 이영호 선수 이기기 위해서는.
아 정말 당황스러운데요.
네.
네. 그럼 반대로 이용호 선수 응원하세요? 이영환 선수 응원하세요?
저는
서현진님은?
주체.
He says, what about you? Are you supporting Flash or Shine?
일단은
She says, I can't really say anything. She says, no comment.
여기 오신 분들, 영호 팬분들 100명 정도 간추려서 제가
We got a lot of Flash fans here.
기프티콘
100명에게 치킨 기프티콘을.
He says he will give away 100 fried chicken gift cards to 100 Flash fans out here.
네, 알겠습니다.
She says, you know you're live and you're on TV right now. You got to keep your word. He says, yes, I know.
네, 우리 공주님의 엄청난 공략과 함께.
Artosis, go down. I'll keep doing this. Go get those fried chicken cards right now.
But I'm rooting for Shine today.
대단한 것 같아요. 근데
Any
이
words
형
from you, Mom?
잘 안 지켜요. 이거 잘 짚고 넘어가야 돼요.
아 이거 지켜야 돼요.
네, 원래-
무조건 지켜야 돼요.
네, 저도 연봉
He says, you know,
70만 받고 있거든요.
he's not going to keep his
아직
word,
안
right?
왔어요.
Like, he's not a reliable person.
네, 영어 응원하는 선수로서
He says, I'm living proof that he hasn't given away fried chicken before.
영어 응원 잘 해서 영어가 2회 우승.
Anyways, I'm here to support
네,
Flash.
감사합니다. 이렇게 해서 이영호 선수의 두
And I hope to see him
아군을
win tonight.
만나봤습니다. 계속해서
And that was
이영환, 이영호 두 선수의
one of our most unusual interviews we've ever had,
두
ever,
선수를
Joseph.
만나보시죠.
Well, I tell you what, Tasteless, it makes sense that we had those two random pro gamers because Flash has been to so many finals. We know his family better than most pro gamers out
Yeah,
there,
this
right?
is true.
In fact, Flash is going to make so many finals by the time he retires. We're going to be like, all right, this guy was in the elevator with Flash once. Like, what do you have to say about Flash today?
I heard you're the pizza guy that brought the pepperoni pizza this week to Flash. What do you think? And you're like, well, you know, he's Flash. He's really good.
Yeah.
But seriously, going into this match, it's going to be really tough for Shine to come back. A 2-0 lead here from Flash.
Dude, it's Andromeda. Zerg things happen here. It's a crazy map for Terran versus Zerg. I feel it. I think Shine can bring it back with this map. Make it a series.
Let's hope so. Shine is about to have to do the hardest thing in his entire life. He has to beat Flash 3 times in a row. Flash, the most accomplished, the most consistent
Definitely not the hardest thing in
professional
his
gamer
life.
of all time.
There are almost no reverse all kills in the history of StarCraft. It is a very rare thing. If you win those first 2 maps, you are so favored, but these next 2 are Zerg favored, and Shine with his bag of builds, anything can happen.
All right, we are going to be going into this game momentarily. Guys, tell your friends to join us here at the ASL. And don't forget, StarCraft Remastered is right around the corner. You're watching now, maybe you're new to StarCraft 1. It's time to start taking some notes, my nerd. You'll get a head start with us here.
Flash getting ready, putting on his headset. It's just got to maintain that focus for one more win, Tasteless. 2 ASL victories in a row. It's wild.
Yep, and Flash said he won't be happy until he wins 3 in a row.
Well, he's got to win 2 before he can win 3,
That's
Tasteless.
right. Well, he looks like he's close.
You must walk before you can run.
That's right. Let's see what exactly the build is that Shine's going to use on map number 3 to beat Flash and try to begin to engineer this
Too
comeback.
much drugs. Too much drugs for Flash.
Crowd should be getting hype here, Tasteless. I
Nice
know I am.
twitching.
It is packed down here at Children's Grand Park. In fact, it's so packed, I think we are having to turn people away
That
now.
was
I
a
believe
fun
there's no
chat,
more
by the
room
way, as well.
in the area.
I see
people
people
to watch.
standing behind bushes way up at the
Fine
end.
comments.
Tasteless.
That's right, people climbing up in trees way in the back.
There's people trying to learn how to paraglide right now so they can just swoop over and
By
catch a
that
moment
time
of
it
the
was
action.
like 14,000 of people watching
We
live
are
just on
ready.
Twitch.
Right now,
I guess
Flash
it's
with a
even like
2-0
10 times
lead.
more.
In this best
on
of 5, if
Afreeca.
Flash wins, it's over here. Let's get
Really
ready
great.
for the next game of Flash versus Shine in this
Again,
ASL
Matthijs makes
Finals.
this lame voice. He thinks it's pathetic or what? I mean pathetic. But it's pathetic, not pathetic. So yeah, it feels really good, like revival. It was always alive, but more players and viewers are back in the war. That feels good. Feels good.
In the bottom left,
Okay, Andromeda.
in the teal, our Zerg player Shine. Those are his kids, I believe. This is also the GSL Observer.
That's right.
So kind of crazy that he's here now in the finals on ASL. In the upper left, in the red, most accomplished professional gamer of all time, Flash.
You know, Shine could be one of this new age of pro
Go
gamer
six
ushering
pool.
in a new era. If being
Of
a family
course,
man,
he will
having
not.
children, if he can make a living pro gaming during this and pay for that, this is something that no one's
Nice
really doing.
drawings again.
Esports is still so new, but the oldest generations are all getting up there. Tastes myself, I have 3, right? So if he can do this, this is something where we might be able to see the greatest legends never leave.
Yeah, that's true. You know, back at StarCraft 2, we were talking a lot about this with Nesty, where it's like, oh my God, this guy is so much older than everybody, but he's still pulling out amazing wins. And the fact that Shine's here in the finals, even if he doesn't win, is still an incredible thing.
Yeah.
And it does basically indicate that you actually can be much older, be a family man, and you're still basically okay.
Yeah, it's never been the case previously, but as people understand these games more and more, continue to practice, keep up with their health and all, it's becoming a reality, and it's something that I think esports needs. And I salute Shine on his, you know, his place within this. This is a history-making moment.
So Shine now going, getting his hatchery over here with the natural expansion. The Overlord is headed northbound, so we'll be finding Shine basically as fast as Zerg can find the Terran, which of course is just one small thing that's going to be pretty helpful for Shine in this series.
Yeah, this is definitely a very good map for Zerg overall. Wouldn't be surprised if Shine plays a semi-normal game for the map. You know, you can definitely do things like just take 3 bases, have a lot of Zerglings out in the map, possibly go quick drops to take an island. That's definitely something that a lot of Zergs have tried here. And while Flash has still been beating those Zergs on this map, it's been close. You know, it's been hard.
Right.
He's pulling out the victories, but just barely so.
We're still waiting to see if it's going to be a gas or a third hatchery. I'm guessing it would be a third hatchery, but you know, Shine is so unpredictable, it's hard to say.
It looks like it definitely will be one. Here goes the drone.
Someone
right
remembers
now,
Faker
Flash, he
as
definitely
well.
can deny this as well. Beautiful move
Faker
right
is
there.
more than Flash.
This will slow that third
What
base by
about
quite
boxing?
a bit.
Yeah, and now Shine has to decide if he's going to be okay with this. It looks like, is he getting his extractor?
I like this move a lot,
Okay,
by the way.
this is fine as well.
Yeah. Just making it next door, like, you
know-
don't really fully saturate a Zerg anyways, so this is not going to affect him that much. And when he has macro hatches, that's where you put them. At the top of that ramp, it's a good rally point.
Later
for
on,
them.
if he wants to get a macro hatch, he just
Yeah.
puts that to the right of that hatchery, and if he is going into late game, he'll be mining from that just fine. So a good snap response here. Now note that Flash is sending Marines out, and in the last game, basically Shine assumed that Flash was bluffing because most players of this caliber do pull the Marines back to the base when they're halfway across. You're basically trying to force Zerg to make some Zerglings. Shine did not make the Zerglings, and Flash just actually walked over there and started hitting that second base. In this case, Flash is going to do the turnaround.
Okay, yeah, I think his SCV saw enough Zerglings that he does not want to mess around with 3 Marines. 3 Marines will die pretty handedly to 4 or 5 Lings, which is what Shine had out towards the front. So a good pullback by Flash, who just continues to scout here. See how long he can keep this SCV alive.
These Lings actually engaging these Marines here. That was a
Pretty
very bad exchange for
bad
Shine.
engagement, of course.
Yeah, that was
with
perfect
micro.
micro from Flash as well.
With
If you
his
don't micro that
Marines,
at all, the Lings actually trade
he could
reasonably
lose
well
them
against that.
all,
But,
like,
it does a lot of
Zerglings.
damage to those Zerglings, and they have to run back. An Evolution Chamber on the way. Nice
They must
early
be
one
red,
here from
like
Shine
all
as
of
well.
them must
This
be
does
red.
seem to be, well, hold on a second. Flash is going to move in again here. And actually, Shine is not ready. He should have had a few more Lings. It looks like they hatched a little bit later. But Shine eventually does shut that down.
Well, he forced a few more Lings there. I believe he got a drone as well, so some decent moves coming
You're
out
right,
of
he
Flash
did,
still
yeah.
here. Now, a little bit later,
Great
Academy, a
timing
quicker
with
second
more
barracks.
Links.
And also, by the
Also,
way,
he
no
took
wall
those
in, no
drones to
full
help.
wall from Flash, which we see a lot on this map, but I don't blame him for playing in this way. On that spot, your Marines will pop out outside the wall, and a move like that is something that Shine out of everyone will know how to punish.
No, you are absolutely right about that, Artosis. We have the SCV. It looks like it's going to try to come in here and try to spot and see if there are any more Lings coming up. The Terran is actually quite vulnerable in a lot of ways in the early game, in almost any matchup. You really need to have the medics out and stim done before the Terran can comfortably engage in most situations. Although it doesn't seem like Shine is trying to do anything super early on.
Yeah, well, if you're going to play a macro game, this and Outsider are good maps for it. Like, you have those extra bases up and everything. And the way that Shine is playing, I mean, it could be something like a timing, but it looks like he's just getting very fast +1 carapace. He's, going up to 3 bases. So this is a good move. You're going to be very Ling heavy on a map where you get a free mineral base. So to have that extra upgrade will definitely make you strong against Terran. And look, Flash is trying this 2 barracks pressure once again.
Go back home.
But the Sunkens are ready this time. Shine has learned from his mistakes on
Spare
map 2.
half
He's
done.
definitely made the necessary adjustments going into
Third
the series.
Sunken.
Now, Flash does like to
It's
play
the
this
right move,
style on this
I
map.
guess.
we may see the Marines rotate over to where that mineral base is on the high ground, scan and try to gun down some drones. But this is a good pressure build here from Terran, and it keeps the Zerg contained, it keeps the Zerg honest. Whereas a lot of these other games, Shine has had pretty good map control from the start. This time, because Shine is going for a more economic play, which I'm a little bit surprised by the way, just considering how he played to get this far to the finals. Well, I don't know if he's playing to his strengths, but then again, the map is Andromeda.
Yeah, I think that just because of that alone, it's going to allow him to have a little bit of leeway here. Like, he can do a much later game cheesy play or sneaky play. And in fact, if he showed us a pretty solid macro game on Camelot, so if he can play to that kind of quality here, already having taken less damage against the same build from Flash, then he's in really good shape. Now, I love, by the way, that he already has 3 Sunkens up. This is fantastic because Flash just continually is rallying down a lot of Marines and medics. Because he's making so much bio, his additional barracks, his additional tech will be a little bit later this game.
That's right.
I think even one sunken on the second act, this one on the mineral ones is important as well, because if he plays Marines there and scan, you can kill those drones, and that's
he's
what,
only made 1 Muta, and he's actually not going to go for any kind of Muta harass. He's sending the 1 Muta in there to try to scout.
But I think Shine understood that. That's why he plays links where to lose links, not to lose drones.
Will just target that. And
yeah, that's actually a really smart play.
So those 2 links
really
just
smart.
saved the life of 1 or 2 drones between those 2 scans. So now he's spent 2 scans to kill 1 ling and cost a little bit
one
of
sunken
would
really work and
on
defend
the ball
that.
play from Shine. That is like little tiny things like
Flash
that.
wouldn't have even
Okay, Shine's
possibility
being
to go
sneaky again,
there
Artosis. He
if
made
he
1 Muta to
don't want
scout,
to
which made it
lose
look like
Marines.
what Yun did before. And then he banked a bunch of Mutas.
Oh my God, you're so right. I actually missed that.
Yeah, no,
that's so smart.
I would have missed it too. He only just barely caught the tail end of it. So he's actually made an abnormally large amount of Mutas, and he's assuming that right now Flash thinks that the Zerg's going to go for an island. However, Flash did not give up his position.
He's defending perfectly well, and in fact was completely on top of those Mutas coming in. Overlord's kind of flying around right now, getting into positions that he might use later for drops. Look at this, Flash even scanning for that hatchery that might have been at that base.
Now, I got to say, Shine is playing some of the sneakiest Zerg I think I've ever seen in Brood War history, but it seems to just be bouncing off of Flash.
Yeah, Flash is super
solid. Right now he's going to come out here. You saw how many Marines
Shine
were out there trying to defend against possible Muta harass. So he's going to be able to take out this army that was containing him. This should give the Zerg a little bit more free reign, but also on the minimap, immediately we see Flash now moving out with his main army.
Yep.
Okay, that is a lot of bio out there, but at least Shine is able to get some units out on the map. He can flank with these units. It looks like he wants to take an extra base as well. And don't forget, he's making a macro hatch, so this is going to be a lot of Zerglings that are produced. And in fact, look at this. The Muta's coming in from behind, trying to pick off a few units.
Looks like he's going to be able to gun down this Overlord, although that's not too impactful here. Shine now switching into that Lurker tag. And you are right, Artosis, with the amount of patches he has, he can definitely make a ton of links.
Yeah.
And this might be something that could overwhelm Flash's army in the middle of the map.
Yeah, Flash, though, he's very much on top of his bio play. He has the 5 racks now, double starport up. He's going to be making science vessels, possibly even some drop ships after a few of those. Now he's taking this 3rd base, and Flash is going to want to kill that ASAP because that is a 3rd gas.
So, the Lings are trying to back up now. It seems like Flash is very comfortable pushing. By the way, the control here to get this kind of Marines to move out of the map and the coordinating fast is very difficult.
Marines.
But it seems like Mutalisk micro Marines basically for free.
They have +1 to
mechanically
attack.
demanding game of all time. But I gotta say, Shine seems to have an army that could actually fight what Flash has.
And here he goes, running in with everything he has right now. And Flash is being pushed back at the moment. Nice retreat there by Flash, but gonna end up losing. Oh my God, every single medic as well as the entire army wiped out.
Shine basically shut down Flash on the middle of the map, and that's pretty huge because hemorrhaging that many infantry units early on gives Zerg so much free reign on the map. But if Zerg get out of control on this map, it's very tough for Terran to shut down the expansions.
Like when he gets that actual
gas up
yep.
at that 4th
he's got to
base.
split that. He's got to pull it out. He didn't pull it out right.
Really big move right there with that irradiate, but the Ling's getting on top of all these Marines. The Lurkers going forward. There are 2 bunkers here, so Shine might overpush.
Okay, he's burrowing the Lurkers. He's going for the jugular. Flash maybe should not have moved out on the map just yet.
And it looks like these Zerglings going to be killed off by the bunker, but a lot of SCVs ending up falling. I think Flash's defense, though, is good enough.
Shine lost
But it looks like Shine
so
isn't going to give
many.
up. He's going to get more links to come
He
down.
tried
And
to
now the
push
Mina's now
further.
meeting up with his group.
But-
If he can get over to where the ramp is and get these Lurkers properly covered, Flash may end up getting forced out.
Yeah, it looks like one of the Lurkers might end up dying right there. Yeah, down it goes. 2 in a radiate. More of the Mutas falling as well. A single Lurker here with those Zerglings. Shine continues to push forward, reducing this army size.
I think Shine might have overstayed his welcome there.
12
We
kills
saw
for
the
Lurker.
irradiate go down on that Lurker.
Feels
Will
good.
Shine try to gather up his army again
Midos.
and attack in, or does he instead take a step
preparing
back,
for
try to
swarms.
macro up,
Let's
play
see.
a safer game?
Well, right now, Flash is going into a mobile mode. He's getting some dropships out. He's going to try to hit this bottom right base. But if Shine can keep that up, he's in good shape. He's already got +2 carapace. He's going to have adrenal glands done for these Zerglings. He's producing a lot of units, and that Defiler Mound just finished.
Keep in mind, by the way, Flash is on 2 bases. He has not started mining from that mineral base inside of where his main is. That free base that you get. So Flash is on low
he's
economy.
going
If this
to
gets
catch
shut
it,
down,
this
especially this drop with
dropship.
Oh my
Scourge.
god, if these Scourge catch that, there's a Zergling to spot it. If Shine is really on top of this, he can kill this
That's-
dropship. This is a huge
so
moment in this
Here
game.
we go!
Oh, 6 snipe there, and that means that bottom
But holy
right,
shit, 5
right
science
base is
vessels. He will just
safe.
irradiate everything.
Yeah, and I think
All
all
the
Shine has to
lurkers.
do is be able to engage this
He
army
will
in the middle of the
irradiate
map. But
Defiler and lurkers.
that's no easy task, Artosis, because Flash has some of the
Just
best
Marines,
control. Once again, Shine going with the
Marines'
mind
minutes
games
are
here.
so good
He's
against
stacking
Zerg,
lurkers to make it
just
look like
so
it's
good.
only one.
It's
Hoping-
hard to
Just all
irradiate
those
that as well, let's not
science vessels
forget.
and the
Yeah,
radiate.
stacked lurkers, it's not so easy to see what you're irradiating.
And so it looks like Flash may try to move around and possibly push the bottom right, but there's already a Nidus network set up over there too. So Shine could be able to defend that as well.
All right, Flash pulling back just a little bit right now. He's playing the containment game here. He's taking his 3rd command center as well at that mineral base.
Now, with the Marines over
Yeah,
here in
he
the
put
science
the
vessel
sunken
spot, he can
Bastille.
drive
You
out the
see
drones that want to mine these minerals
so
in this
many Marines
location.
destroy
This
the
may
sunken
force Shine to
even
pick a fight.
on
This is a
higher
lot of
ground.
science vessels, though. Even a Spore going up to kind
And
of
just
zone these
irradiate,
vessels out
irradiate,
a little bit
irradiate.
better.
Goodbye,
But that
lurkers.
irradiate count is getting
Just
a little
one
bit
irradiate
out of
is
hand.
enough to kill Lurker.
Okay, he does
good
take
snipe.
out one vessel, but it's there's still a lot more to deal with. And in fact, I think Flash is going to try to just push in.
Yeah.
Pulling what we call
That's a
the
strong
elevator here, where he can
biomass of
bury his army in. And I don't
Sharon's
know if, in
land.
fact,
He will
Shine is
just drop
going
it
to be
now, yeah.
entirely ready for this.
Ooh, even picks off these Scourge. None
Not
of them
even one
connecting, but there
Scourge.
are multiple Defilers. So he can
Dropship.
still clear this. Plague and Darkstorm are fantastic
China's
against
in
fire.
very bad position.
Okay, he's coming
right?
forward.
Very
Great
bad
Dark
position.
Swarm there on those Marines. The Marines now kiting backward. A second Dark Swarm coming down here. And Flash is going to have to try to move this army into the main.
Oh man, microing absolutely everywhere. Mass Scourge coming in, taking out both of those drop ships. He needs to kill some of these vessels though as well.
I'm getting tingles, Artosis. Shine is beginning to shut down everything Flash is doing.
Yeah, Flash still getting a little bit of damage here. A Dark Swarm to keep those drones alive.
But
Can't
he's
harass the
going to
mineral
drop
patches that way.
onto
Double
another
mech drop ship going towards that bottom right now.
Well,
We see the
Shine is
Marines
busy
juggle down
defending
here
his
to the
main.
bottom. But meanwhile, this drop coming in, I don't know if Shine's going to be prepared for this.
Yeah, he is really busy everywhere else on the map right now. If he can maybe run in and snipe that Nidus. But no, it looks like Shine is unloading at that Nidus and has some units here to defend.
I guess,
Okay,
yeah, he's going
for
for
the eraser
he's going for this
strap.
old
These
classy,
vessels don't take damage from the
trick with
irradiate, and he's
irradiate on
wiping
science
out the
vessels.
economy of Flash, or rather
It's
Shine.
not giving
Flash
damage
hitting
to each other.
everywhere at once.
Oh, the eraser
He just
is way
destroys
too
the
strong.
drones.
So many
He just
drones
destroys
falling down
economy.
here. Shine's
Holy
entire
shit.
economy being devastated in a matter of seconds.
Shine was hanging on, but all of a
I
sudden,
think
in a
Shine
matter
will
of
not be
seconds,
able to
Flash
recover
just hit
from that.
everywhere, and it didn't seem like Shine could keep up.
GG.
GG.
3-0, and
that.
Flash is the champion
The
of ASL.
two-time ASL champion.
Yep, 2 times.
The greatest player becomes even greater.
He's done it again, and I'm sure that won't be the last time. He took out Shine, a player who got here with his own play style. He was very aggressive. He was using builds we never see in the finals, but Flash has proven he can handle anything.
That was
Shit,
a
Brood War is
fantastic
fucking
game,
great.
a fantastic series out of Flash.
Brood
Shine
War is
made so many
brilliant.
good moves, used so many fantastic strategies here,
StarCraft.
but it just was not enough.
I
You
love this
cannot
game.
stop the ultimate weapon.
Shine, he put up a good fight,
But nerf
but
Terrans.
he's fallen like so many
Stupid
players
Blizzard.
before
19 years
to
past.
Flash.
You can see the disappointment in Shine's eyes there. He truly did prepare well. He played a fantastic season, but at the end of the day, Flash, as always, is victorious.
He's done it once again, and we are going to find
Feels
out
bad for
how he's
Shine. Still
feeling
great games.
winning his
Enjoyed
second
it so
ASL
much.
in a row. You kept your words to your fans, Flash. How do you feel?
ASL 최초로 2연속 우승
First of all,
기쁘고요. 정말 사실 이렇게
I've
치르면서
now been the
이영환
first
선수가
person to make 2 consecutive wins in
기세가
an
너무 좋아서
ASL.
걱정을 많이 했는데 정말 집중하고 끝까지
But I want to say that Shine pulled out a really great performance, and it was really impressive that he got this far. I was honestly a little bit threatened by him.
A little bit threatened. Well,
I
at
just wanna say
least
I'm
he
also
showed some
really happy to
respect
win
for
tonight.
Shine. That's nice of him.
그리고 오늘
Indeed, like that push with lurkers and mutas with zerlings was close, but
So now
Micro and
we have his
defense
opponent.
of Flash was
He did his best till the end.
impressive as well.
오늘
It's Shine.
이영호 선수는 정말 많은 생각이 들 겁니다. 자, 아버님이 오늘 결승전에 오셔서 힘이 돼주셨거든요.
Flash, you must have had so many thoughts going through your mind. We also know your father came down to watch your matches as well.
2017년까지 이어지고 있고 더욱더 강해지고 있다는 인상을 받았습니다.
Seems like you are continuously on your A game.
ASL의 절대자의 그 자리를 쭉 이어날 것 같은데 개인적으로는 2010년과 비교하면 어떻습니까?
일단 실력도 많이 올라왔지만
You are keeping your spot as the greatest player.
현역 때 모습을 팬분들한테 보여주고 싶어서 정말 항상 열심히
I think
하는데
my determination is the key.
2연속 우승했으니까 정말
Determination is the key.
끝나지 않겠지만 제가 할 수 있는 데까지 해서 누구도 넘을 수 없는 업적.
Since there's been so many people out there supporting me,
Короче, задротство это ключ.
it's because of people like that I'm able to pull out these great performances.
최종 경기 이영호 선수. 자, 이제 결승전에서 우승하는 데까지 정말 고마운 분들이 많이 계실
Че бы
거거든요.
столько шпилить и трениться, старик.
가족분들 그리고 같이
И во
There's
что.
obviously so many people you must feel a great amount of gratitude
감사의
for.
말씀을 전하신다면요.
Is there anything you'd like to say to them
첫
now?
번째로 연습 도와준 홍규하고 우리 정우 형 그리고 일장이 형한테 너무
Larva and
고맙다는
effort.
얘기 전해드리고 싶고요. 그리고
Who
오늘
helped me
와주신
practice for the
팬분들 정말 많이
finals.
왔어요. 제가 여기서 한번 결승을 했었는데 그때보다도 더 많이 온 것 같아요.
And
저는
I
사실 이
couldn't
정도로
believe how
많이
packed it
와주실
is
줄 몰랐는데
down here.
감사드리고
I think this is the first time I've seen this many fans in an event
멀리서 와준 공준이 형하고
in a long time. So guys, thank you so much for coming
무엇보다
down.
부모님한테 너무 고맙네요. 그리고 저도 빨리 할머니
And also,
커가지고 할머니가 몸이 별로
I want to say thank you to my
할머니
parents.
빨리 데려가고 싶네요. 예.
My grandmother's not in great health at the moment.
저 어머님 앞에서 이제
And so I'm going to go see her after this.
오늘
I
hope
guess
she
it's
gets
his mother, maybe not, I'm not sure.
아쉽게도 이영호 선수에게 좀 패배를 한 이영호
So
선수가
Flash has set a record now, 2 ASL victories in a row. On the other hand, over here we have
But looks
Shine.
similar, right?
조금 아쉬움이 남겠죠. 무엇보다도
He came to this match with a lot of desperation. Obviously, he must be disappointed.
소감 말씀 들어보겠습니다.
I want to hear how you're feeling, Shine.
정말 많은 분들이 응원해 주시고 기대를 많이 해주셨는데 좀
Конечно,
You know, a lot of people
disappointed.
supported me
너무 많이 안 좋았고
on my
많이
journey to get to the
보여드린 것
finals.
죄송하다는
And
말씀
personally,
드리고 싶고요.
I think my performance was pretty disappointing today.
아쉽게 끝났지만
I don't feel like I was able to show
저한테는
everybody
좀
the strats I had
의미가
prepared.
있었던 시즌 3 대회였었어요.
Hmm.
그래가지고
The finals was a bit ruffling for me,
그냥
but the season was
항상 이렇게
amazing.
응원해주시는 가족분들이나 다 너무 감사드리고 일단 이영호 선수 우승 진심으로
My fans who always support me,
저는
I just want to say thank you guys. And of course, huge congrats to Flash. He did a really good job tonight.
다음 시즌에는 좀 더 좋은 모습 보여주고
Shine is a nice guy. What to say?
감사합니다.
And I feel like this was a big step.
There's a great
in my
story
career.
behind.
Look forward to the next season of the ASL.
Here's his son.
And that's his son right there.
그리고 그 팬분들 도움을 주신 분들.
Well, maybe indeed his performance was not like the best, even in season. I think versus other players he played better. I even have a little theory, like why not? Maybe there was some agreement. Who knows?
There
Maybe.
were so many great players who challenged you to get this far. But if you want to say anything to your family, maybe this is the
Like
time
in
to
any
do it.
pro sport,
주한이랑 같이
it is possible.
약간 나들이 가는 기분으로 왔어요. 주한이가 항상 기분이 업돼가지고 너무 즐겁게 놀러 왔는데
I might have been a little bit more nervous than I normally was.
못했지만 그래도 주한이가 저렇게 즐거워하는 모습 보니까
But because I came here with my son,
I mean,
that
agreement
alleviated a lot
behind,
of the
of
stress
course.
that I had.
오늘은 끝났지만 앞으로 정말 더
Even though I lost the
열심히 해야겠다는
finals,
느낌이 드는
Whenever I look at my sons, it brings me a great amount of comfort.
네, 선수들의
And I want to thank
국민 무대 ASL
my sons for giving me the biggest support of all of me, my biggest fans.
자, 이번 시즌은 끝이 아닌 새로운
Biggest
시작이죠.
fan.
다시 한번 선수들에게 깊은 감사를
And so this
드리도록
season
하겠습니다.
might not be the
자, 그럼
end
선수들은요,
for Shine.
잠시 저 좌측으로 좀 자리해 주시길 부탁드리겠습니다. 자,
And
이제
now we're going to have the award ceremony.
오늘의 마지막 시상식이
The first announcement.
진행되겠습니다. 자, 이번 대회를 여는 데 있어서 정말 많은 도움을 주신 분이죠. 항상
Well, it's great
선수들의
that he
꿈을 이루는 데 있어서 큰 힘이 된
was in the
분이
final
계십니다.
overall,
이번 준우승 선수에 대한 시상을 진행하도록 하겠습니다.
that he made it to
시상에는
finals.
블리자드 엔터테인먼트 코리아 사장 알렉시 그레조비앙님이 수고를 해주시겠습니다. 뜨거운 박수로 코리아 사장님을 모시도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 선수들이
So we have an
이
announcement coming up
무대에서
here
멋진
from
경기를 할 수
Blizzard.
있도록 항상
What?
신경을 써주셔서
Announcement from Blizzard.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. He's going to be helping the award ceremony. My bad, guys. Sorry.
Like, we're remastering
Lol.
StarCraft.
We already did that.
Indeed, you're bad.
자,
It's just
여기서
awarding ceremony.
부탁드리겠습니다.
Someone from Blizzard,
네,
managing director.
준승자를
Okay.
불러보겠습니다. 돌풍이 아닌 태풍으로 이 무대를 장식한 태풍 저그 아프리카 TV 스타리그 ASL 시즌3 준우승 이영하.
All right, here we go. We're going to be giving out the
He is second place for Shine,
prize
and
first,
he
like we
won
always do. We're going to see if he has enough arms to hold all this stuff
5 million.
while still possibly shaking the hand of the person who
It's
gets them the
like
gift.
He's second place,
Five-
so luckily he doesn't have a
wait.
giant trophy to
It's
hold.
like
That's true.
5'8",
There's that.
Wait flat for Flash though. With his macro and micro, will he be
$8,000
able to hold a
dollars.
giant
Come
check,
out.
Something
flowers,
like
and a
that.
trophy?
He's going to be coming out with 4 arms like Goro, grabbing all that.
No, the amount
Yeah.
of Marines he made, I would not
it's
be surprised.
By the way, I mean,
5 and 500, something like
really
that.
cool to see Shine get this far. Talk about a true dark horse in the ASL. And it also shows you some of these players that you would not have known that much about because they didn't have anywhere near the kind of success that Flash had. Could still come back. You can still be an amazing player, even when you are much older than a lot of these younger pros that start up. So congratulations to Shine. I have to say that
She's
was
like,
a real twist.
get the
in
fuck
this
out of
season
the
that he actually got this far. And let me tell you something, there's no shame in going down to Flash.
I know,
There's
right?
no
That's-
shame in losing to Flash.
Most second places happen.
There is no
because of
shame to
Flash,
losing
right?
to
So
shitty
he's
Terrans.
in very good company. believe it.
Terrans must be
right.
sorry for playing this trash race, unbalanced race. Again, even if StarCraft
And we're going to be
Blood War is the
going
most
to the first
balanced
place
game,
prize in a little bit here,
still
guys. By the way, I hope you guys are
Terrans-
enjoying the ASL.
Terrans
sister
craft.
to the GSL. We both love StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. And it's a real treat to now have over here at Afreeca TV tournaments for both.
Yeah. And to have all the great legends back. Shine was a legitimately very strong player. He was in tournaments all the time back in the day as well. But for now to see like even names like him rise up into a finals position when all the best players are playing again, it's a wonderful thing.
And so we will now be giving away the first place prize from our sponsor.
Head of internet from KT. I bow to this man. I have his internet.
That's what you do.
Champion
So we'll bring out the
of
champion
ASL.
now, Flash.
20 millions of
there he
Korean
comes now.
won. It's like
And this is again his second ASL that he's won.
Like not even 20
Kind of
actually.
crazy. This was actually a very
18,
short
something
finals,
like
Artosis. The
18.
sun did not even set yet.
No, I guess not.
19.
Well, it's pretty fitting, Tasteless, as the sun has not set yet on Brood War nor on Flash.
Well said. Well said.
And here is Flash now, trying to hold three things at once.
But it's not about
The
money,
true
it's about
final
StarCraft
challenge for any
rules.
champion. To get the check, the trophy,
Feels
and the
good
flowers.
that the favorite game is reviving. Though it's forever,
That
but still.
big check translates into about
You know what
20
I mean.
grand USD. And of course, this is just something Flash has done more times than we can count.
Yeah, it's actually a ridiculous amount of times.
Yeah.
So he has like 3 OSLs, 3 MSLs, some, like probably a GOM TV tournament win.
Somewhere back in there.
I don't know. He has so
2
many wins,
ASLs
guys.
now.
He's won everything so many times. If he wins the third ASL, that's like we're just hitting another level. We got Mr. Bonejoie Flash. Nice to meet you.
The Bonejoie of Bonejoies.
Yeah, actually.
Man, I gotta say, I actually thought some of the builds that Scheimer is gonna pull out would throw Flash off, but he's just showing why he's able to win so much, because he's basically just ready for anything and everything.
Indeed he is. A great season with a great ending here. He's taken down absolutely every competitor that you can name. Like even 3-0ing last, the other greatest Terran on Earth right now.
Crazy.
Winning the finals 3-0. This guy only lost 2 games throughout the entire tournament, both to Solky in the round
Oh, I
4.
guess that's right.
Who
actually was
is
just
on a tear as well.
He was just tearing through everybody. Some people thought Shine might be able to give him a run for his money, but then again, you know, after Flash was the final, every time you got to look at, you know, yourself and go, well, I probably should have known that was going to happen again.
Yeah, you can't bet against this man.
Yeah. So he said his goal is to win 3 ASLs.
In a
Will he
row.
do that? The only way to find out is if you join us for the next season of the ASL.
Yeah. Our CEO, Kevin, from Afreeca TV, coming up.
Well, I must say, previous
some
games
comments
with
for us
Shine
here.
were more interesting than final.
So he'll
For
be
sure.
joining us on stage now. By the way, today we had 8,000 seats and we packed it.
Today
Yeah,
they
so
were
great. It
good
was-
games, but
And a lot of people couldn't get in.
We had to turn people away.
nothing
Guys, thank you so much
super
for coming down to the
beautiful.
venue.
수고 많으셨습니다. 또 오늘 참석
And thank you
못했지만
to both players who showed a great
열심히
performance.
또 참여한 시즌 3에 총 참여한 우리 BJ들
Not so many great moments, but still nice.
예선전부터 시작해서 그리고
All the players, thank you to all the players who participated
사이드한 김민철 선수
in the ASL. We want to thank you guys as well.
못했지만 또 축하하고요. 잠시
Also
쉬었다가
to third and fourth place,
팀 배틀 두
Bisu and
번째로 다시
Solky.
돌아오겠습니다.
But I want to say congrats to them too. We also want to announce that there's going to be team battles after the season.
기가업 KT업 KT 제일 감사 먼저 드리고 싶고
We're also very grateful for our main sponsor, KT, because without sponsors, events like this are impossible. And of course, Blizzard
그리고 여러분들 그 티켓 뒤에
and the
보면
company Kongdu as well.
파티하는 약도가 있어요. 바로 근처에 여러분들 다 가셔서
By the way, when you see your tickets on the back side,
우리 선수들과 BJ들과
you'll see a map of the venue.
같이 하는 시간이 되면 좋겠습니다. 여러분의 사랑으로
There's going to be an Afreeca after party.
계속 열심히
So
진행하도록
please
하겠습니다.
come to
After
that.
So flip
party.
over your ticket and follow that map.
That's right. Follow the map. If you can find the X, there's a buried treasure there. No, he didn't say that part, but he's just said thank you again, guys. And I guess
Well, no after party for us,
to
guys.
cast another ASL.
I can stream
Yeah, we're going to
something
be
with
right back to
Moda,
cast the GSL.
maybe Mobile War, but
That's right. It's you just
think I'll
StarCraft
pass.
action doesn't stop at Afreeca TV.
That's
the
right.
greatest
Yeah.
TV, the greatest thing that there is. Making all
right.
these great StarCraft tournaments. So many people showing up today, showing their support.
yeah,
for
a lot of people
the sickest alive game.
joined. That's
Damn
StarCraft.
right. And, you know, one of the great things that I think Afreeca TV is really doing is showing that games don't have to die or be phased out. You can just keep playing
they
it
casted
forever.
pretty well
And we're
today, by
doing
the
that
way.
here at the ASL.
I mean,
So,
tasteless.
guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to be signing out now. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.
As well, guys, thank you for watching. That was well, StarCraft Brood War, forever, what to say. Play StarCraft, don't play trash. Play StarCraft Brood War and good games. Why they put trash music, damn it. I will just turn StarCraft music and that's it. I don't think it will be something more. So thanks for watching. See you next time, guys. In StarCraft or anywhere else. See you next time. Space Cowboy.